civil award. Very good to see Gerard Houllier looking so healthy. And the same for Marcus Babbel. For a club to have two genuinely life-threatening problems for a manager and a player is desperately difficult times for Liverpool, but they overcame them well. What do you think of the strip, Andy?
I'm not sure, Mark. Let's just say the jury's out at the moment. I'm never keen on black as a second strip, but it's different, and I'm sure it'll appeal to an awful lot of Liverpool fans.
Just got a glimpse of a brave and a very cheerful young man, Connor Rumney, who is the Liverpool mascot today. There he is, thoroughly enjoying it all. As all those youngsters, the player escorts they're called. Great opportunity for them, and all part of the wholesome image that football is happily projecting these days. And Stephen Redgrave has to shake hands with the Arsenal players who rather ruined his FA Cup final day. He's a Chelsea fan.
But it's good. This is what I always like now, Martin, about the modern game, is that time and again we see genuine sportsmen, genuine people that footballers admire, respect because of their own achievements, whether it be an ex-pro or whether it be someone like Sir Stephen Redgrave.
The great Olympian.
Yeah.
And also, some of you might not know it, a diabetic, 6 injections a day. How he achieved such a level at sport with that potential handicap. It's a great encouragement to fellow sufferers. Almost full, the Millennium Stadium, certainly over 60,000 here. Jeff Thompson, the chairman of the Football Association. Abel Xavier, who did go to the World Cup with Portugal, and he appeared briefly, and as a nation they only appeared briefly.
Well, they weren't alone, were they, though? A big nation that went out early.
Michael Owen, who was not, it seems, 100% fit, but England really needed him to be so. Plenty of talking points, the reflections on the World Cup, plenty to discuss as well in the last few weeks. Sven-Göran Eriksson with a friendly to come against Portugal early next month. But we've got the national anthem now, and it will be sung by a teenage band that's making a big name for itself, Shock.
Well done, boys. Off go the balloons, 8,000 of them.
Well, the balloon going up here, and for the first of many times this season, Andy, talk us through the formation.
Well, let's have a quick look, starting with Arsenal, the double winners. It is a pretty familiar looking 4-4-2 map. We're doing a little change. You see Wiltord playing on this left-hand side, but I do expect Sylvain Wiltord to take a high position up the field. I don't expect when Arsenal have the ball to have him too deep. I think he'll play high up the pitch. We know what Dennis is going to do. He's going to drop in and get involved. And I think without Freddie Ljungberg, they're looking on Wiltord to provide the runs from the left-hand side to marry up with the passes of Bergkamp. They can even swap Edu and Parlour if they want. Put Wiltord right, Edu left, and Parlour in the central. But I think a system that they like and they're happy with. Liverpool, Well, a slight change here. Normally in a season we would see a pretty much 4-4-2 formation. But what we're going to see today is a slight variation. Haman, we know what he does. That's his job, patrolling across the front here. He's the one who tries to stop the flow against them. Steven Gerrard will play, I think, from in to out. He'll give them width when he can, but I do think today he'll play from an inside position. Risa, I think, on the other side, will play wider. I think he will try and give them some natural width, Martin, down the left-hand side with his left foot. But this is the one we all want to see. El Hadji Diouf. When I saw him play Senegal, he played right up top, and he was quick, but he did keep running offside time and time again. I just wonder, by deploying him slightly deeper, will it give him that little bit of space he needs to keep himself onside? That's an interesting one. How's he going to marry up with Heskey and Owen?
Liverpool with their huddle. There is El Hadji Diouf, and Emil Heskey, of course, can drift left-hand side. There's all sorts of flexible permutations. I think Gerard Houllier, talking to him, he just wanted Diouf to play.
Yeah.
But he understood that Owen and Heskey had claims to play as well, and what Michael Owen did here to Arsenal, of course, what, 15 months ago, lives long in the memory.
I think when people talk about variation, Martin, intermittent systems, they talk about it ahead of their defensive units. If you notice, no one tinkers with Arsenal's back four. It stays there, it's set in stone almost. Same with Liverpool. But I think what Gerard Houllier is looking for is variation ahead of that. Have they got enough to win the title this year?
Well, we're operating in daylight. The roof was closed overnight, but despite some rain today, it will remain open. I think the players will be delighted with that. The pitch has picked up one or two scars from the opening activities, the pre-match entertainment here. And here's Sol Campbell. To talk about with the World Cup. Transfer regulations have changed, debate about that. We're wondering about whether there'll be a winter break in seasons to come, but why we're all addicts of this wonderful game is the action itself, and here it is for the trophy that's been renamed the Community Shield. It's not a great form guide for the forthcoming league season. Only once in the last 8 years have the winners of this pre-season event finished the subsequent season as champions. Risa. And a rusty touch from Heskey. Wiltor. Thierry Henry, who finished as the Premiership's top scorer, the Golden Boot last season, but he was rather disappointed with the way France used him in the World Cup, and that frustration reflected in, of course, a red card. It's a very short World Cup for Thierry Henry and for France.
Certainly, but I'm sure he'll be bright. I'm sure he'll be ready, Thierry Henry. That was a classic example. What did we look for today? Dragging Hongshaw way up the pitch mark, halfway line, and then just knocking it in behind him, because he knows he can outrun Hongshaw. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Looking earlier, I can see Wiltor at times taking a really advanced position. He's playing up now. He's right alongside Henry and Bergkamp. I think we'll see a bit of that.
Headed by Lauren, and then by Jimmy Traore, who's playing at left back for Liverpool today. Jamie Carragher is amongst the substitutes. Nana Risa is on the left of midfield. His rivals for that spot. Here is Wiltor on the Arsenal left, with their left back actually Cole ahead of him. Not quite where the ball was slipped. Haman.
Normal service, that's a man's job, isn't it? Just patrolling the front of the two centre-backs, in trouble, giving it, I'll use it.
Yeah. Ray Parlour. Bergkamp trying to bend it into the feet of Ori. It came just behind him. And a good pursuing by Ori. 7 years, incidentally, since Manchester United were not involved on this occasion. That was when Everton, then the cup holders, beat Blackburn Rovers, who were the champions in 1995. Gerrard. It's Heskey coming deep with Juve taking up the more advanced position. It's pitched back for Liverpool by Owen. And Edu stepping in. He's delighted Gilberto Silva has come here, because it probably means the Brazilian team manager, it's not Scolari anymore, he's just quit, but will probably come and watch Arsenal play, and therefore watch Edu, an uncapped Brazilian play.
He might not be happy if it's Edu's place he takes, so.
And there's a chance of
Yeah,
that, isn't there? There's a chance of that. Well, you're right what you said earlier, Andy. When Gilberto Silva does play, I think Vieira will push on and maybe get back to some of that rampaging style that he showed in his early Arsenal years. Here's Ray Parlour, early ball. Sammy Hurpiet plays safe.
Well, only 4 minutes I know, Martin, but Arsenal have started much the brighter. Plenty of possession, they've had really good width in their game. Parlour and Wiltord have really stretched it, made it a really big pitch, and they've used that pretty well, Arsenal, up till now. Liverpool, I think, still coming to terms with the system, the formation they're playing.
Edu's corner. Oh, Campbell!
That's a chance. He attacks it. And I think it's Hongshu with him, is it? He doesn't stand in there, he gets in front of him. And I tell you, if Sammy Hupia just slipped there, but once Campbell got in front, it wouldn't have surprised me if we'd have seen the net bulging after that.
Of course, has scored his first England goal since he last played a competitive game for Arsenal in the World Cup against Sweden.
I don't think the pitch is great today, Martin.
No,
I must say it looks good from a long way away, but I think it's got a real bad top on it. It looks very patchy. And that's a lunge, that is, Stephen.
Incidentally, we haven't introduced the referee to you. Alan Wiley, all the officials with Liverpool playing in basically black shirts, all in green today. Some Liverpool players coming to the defence of Steven Gerrard, but Alan Wiley has given himself a bit of thinking time. And he is about, it seems, to produce a yellow card.
Well, 5 minutes in the new season, and we have our first yellow card. I thought it was a lunge. You see him wrap his legs around the left leg of Vieira. He's pleading the case that he got the ball, he did. But he came in from behind, Martin, and from where Alan Wiley was looking, it would have looked an awkward challenge and clumsy. I think a little word, I have to say, a little word in the ear might have been sufficient.
But from the Arsenal point of view, how big a problem is this for Patrick Vieira?
Well, it depends on whether the knee got a little twist or whether the ankle turned.
No. Arsene Wenger shaking his head as if to say that's perhaps not the sort of tackle we would expect in this event, but it is for a trophy. There's a deep rivalry between Arsenal and Liverpool.
He's so leggy, Patrick Vieira, isn't he, Martin, as well? And when they get the legs get tight, watch the left leg, that's the one. Ooh, he did twist the knee a little there, didn't it? Just seemed to go against. Knee and ankle are the two areas you would worry about in a situation like that. Ankle you wouldn't be so bothered about, but certainly in the knee area we saw an innocent challenge. Remember when they lost Perez, he just jumped over the touchline. Next minute he's out for 6 months. So it would be a worry for Arsene Wenger, and will be a worry. You see the knee, that's the problem area, I think. Whether he's tweaked a ligament. And with a game like this, though, any chance of any injury at all, I don't think we'll see Vieira come back on again if there's the slightest doubt.
And move Ray Parlour into the centre of midfield. Dennis Bergkamp operating on the wide right berth at the moment, while Gary Lewin checks out the problem, and on his advice, it looks as though he's going to suggest to Patrick Vieira, who's probably keen to get back. And Steven Gerrard in the thick of it again with Thierry Henry.
Maybe it's because there's not a lot of charity shown in this game to change the name, Martin. He's late here. I don't know why Steven Gerrard's having a go at Thierry Henry. He's late. He catches him. I don't know what Henry can do. He certainly can't stay on his feet when you get your standing foot taken away from you.
Alan Wiley, incidentally, has sent Steven Gerrard off on one occasion, a Premiership match at Anfield against Leeds United. But keep an eye on Vieira, who's back on and wanting the ball from Martin Keown, but he's not going to get it. Bergkamp stood his ground in front of Herpia. Ancho's back pass. Dudek didn't have the greatest of World Cups.
No, he didn't, did he?
He was left out for Poland's last group game. And conceded, 6 goals in the 2 that he played in. It's a stark contrast to the form he showed for Liverpool. Incidentally, Liverpool's goalkeeper in the Charity Shield a year ago when they beat Manchester United was their man of the match, Sander Westerveld, and he only played twice more for the club. It's a corner conceded by Ancho. Vieira still not into running mode.
He does look okay though, I will say that.
Henry will take the corner. Dudek blocks it.
And it's nice and refreshing to see a corner take, Martin, and players not tugging the life out of the shots from the penalty area. An awful lot of it in the World Cup. Thankfully we don't see too much of it in the league we watch week in, week out.
Away by Campbell. Arsenal, for the record, 28 games unbeaten in domestic competition. Goes back to before Christmas, when they lost at home to Newcastle in the Premiership.
Well, they're bossing it at the moment, Arsenal. Of course, remember back that cup final when they bossed it for pretty much 90 minutes and ended up losing.
Bergkamp. Backed up this time by Henry. Vieira. And quickly to Parla. Lauren goes down the outside. The chance for the international from Cameroon to cross, but there's a chance not really taken. Traore. Some neat footwork against Parla. Juve. And the ball was certainly won that time by Steven Gerrard.
He's going to learn pretty quickly, Juve, that when the ball's fed up to him, that he's going to have people nibbling away at his heels, Martin. You don't enjoy the luxury of taking a touch and having a look around if you're playing up front against defenders like Keown and Campbell in particular.
What was interesting about El Hadji Diouf, and he was honoured, as was Sir Sol Campbell here, by being selected for the All-Star group squad. Wasn't exactly a team of 11, but he didn't score for Senegal. Did a lot of good teamwork, and Gerard Hillier already has pointed out he needs to be a bit more selfish in front of goal. Did score a lot of goals in the qualifiers for Senegal to get them to the World Cup for the first time, and of course he set up that goal against France. Sensational opening to the tournament. Cole. Henry, it's an angle for a shot. He wasn't looking for one, he was looking for Sylvain Wiltord, who sprinted in from the left-hand side. It's another corner for Arsenal.
Not been a great ground from this Thierry Henry, Martin. I don't mean not winning things, but personally, I think if you're looking to score today, if you're looking for a performance himself, lovely play again, really pleasing on the eye. It's been a good part of the pitch, this near side, for Arsenal. I think Wiltord and Cole have worked the ball really well between them.
That's Campbell. And he's appealing for a corner, and that's what he's got.
That's a shot. That's a shot myself. Not easy to judge from where he's looking at this, but I certainly thought Campbell got the last touch on it. Yeah, looked like he did. At normal speed, it's not as easy as that to judge for the referee.
Keown trying to make a nuisance of himself in front of the goalkeeper. Drops here for Dennis Bergkamp. Shifted into a shooting position. Edu on his weaker foot.
But pleasing, isn't it? I think if Arsene Wenger would be sitting there and thinking, yeah, this is pretty good, I'm enjoying this. Liverpool really haven't got up to speed yet. Pretty emphatic, opening 15 minutes or so.
Found himself to the wrong side and couldn't really avoid giving away the free kick.
Well, this is where you expect, I would expect Liverpool to be a threat here. They've normally got decent delivery. Gerrard on the ball, Risa with them, Hyypiä, Xavier, Heskey, all decent threats, Martin.
Gerrard takes and just looking at how near to that was the position where Ronaldinho was. David Seaman's position as the ball came in. That shouldn't obscure the fact that he had a very good World Cup, and it shouldn't obscure the fact either that after he conceded that goal to Ronaldinho, England had the opportunity 11 against 10 for half an hour or so and didn't really make a chance to avoid that goal being the goal, which did in the end contribute to England's exit. Well, actually knocked England out. Almost able to get Owen away. It didn't really go down Michael Owen's line of run, really, more towards where Juve was coming from. Cole. Nice footwork again from Henry. Morco drawn out of the middle. Scooped up though by Dudek. Bergkamp was trying to get there to the near post.
That ain't the worst ball you see today. Fed in quite deliberately, quite beautifully. Just a little bit on his heels, Dennis Bergkamp. I don't think he reacted quick enough when Henry turned and went in against Honshaw.
Gerrard. Arsenal have won all their pre-season games, at least all the ones that were finished. There was a game against Rapid Vienna that had to be abandoned because of crowd trouble, nothing to do with Arsenal. Some domestic disputes in Austria.
I'm just going to say, change of players on there. Lauren taking a really high position up the pitch.
Parlour. Henry, Bergkamp, can he get it down? It didn't quite fall, and now Habel Xavier played his part for Liverpool as well, but more promise from Arsenal.
And more than luck than judgment from Xavier, I felt. He did well to get his body across the front of Bergkamp, and Bergkamp just played it off him, I think, in the end.
Juve. Cole was in quickly. Arman. Pressure on Campbell by Heskey. Arsenal took 4 points in the Premiership off Liverpool last season and knocked them out of the FA Cup. Dennis Bergkamp's goal, it was a bomb full of fireworks, not always of the right kind. Henry, with a deflection on it, but Dudek read it well enough.
A little bit more of a deflection, and it would have fallen to Ray Parlour. Took a little chance coming in from the right-hand side, Parlour, and deflection just wasn't strong enough to drop it into his path.
Sent tumbling by Edu. Liverpool have been away in Spain, participating in the centenary tournament of Real Madrid. Real Madrid did beat them, but they played well, Liverpool, in beating Milan. Geometry puzzle solved there by David Seaman and Ashley Cole, as the ball was just veering out of Seaman's area.
Well, I've just realised the problems that the left-hand side is causing them, Mark, in the last couple of minutes, and what they're doing, Liverpool now, Elijah Diouf, when they've got the ball, is going forward, but as soon as they lose it, what they've got them doing now is tucking back on the right-hand side of Liverpool's midfield, just to stop Cole and Wiltord. That build-up, that very good build-up, they've used the ball well.
Traore is being courted by Blackburn. And, to sign him, and maybe that's why Gerard Houllier says we're going to keep him, we've got to play him. They do have a big playing staff. I know Nick Barmby's moved on to Leeds, but there's cover everywhere.
Yeah, I don't think they can be using the excuse the squad ain't big enough this season, Mark, for any feelings that they might occur along the way.
Slipped by Edu. Again, the conditions underfoot not seemingly ideal. Lauren. Cardiff is an area very welcoming to these events from the Football Association as opposed to the Football Association of Wales. Ori, beaten out by Dudek, comes out to Palmer. Arsenal well represented in the middle. Bergkamp, Dudek's there again. Bergkamp again, and the Polish goalkeeper. Well, he's a real saviour for Liverpool here.
Well, you don't often see a goalkeeper making a hat-trick or getting a hat-trick, but that's exactly what he's had to do there. He's made a hat-trick of excellent saves, and they got better as they went on, each one of them. Well, how this game's 0-0, I'm not so sure. Happened in the FA Cup between these two. Arsenal dominated and ended up losing it. It's been 20 minutes of Arsenal domination at the moment. And Dudek, well, not for the first time, kept his side level and in a game.
Well, talk about competition replaces. He's got plenty. Chris Kirkland is certainly pushing to be involved. Arfexad, Peggy Arfexad is there, and they've signed a fourth goalkeeper from French football as well. Jerzy Dudek is the man in possession, and if he keeps goal like he did in that triple save, he's going to be the man who's going to stay in possession.
A free kick against Vieira, high foot. But then again, when you're up against little Michael, I suppose any foot's regarded as being high.
Michael Owen maybe a little bit behind 1 or 2 in match sharpness, and Eddie's got a problem in this match. Gives us a chance to re-examine that fine piece of work by Dudek.
Well, the first one's a great save, but wonderful footwork again from Henry. Strikes a shot that gets a little deflection. Now, I thought this one, he does well, Bergkamp, because he's a turning hit, but I thought he'd score here. I know it's on his left foot, but he had time. He assessed the situation. The only criticism I'd make about Dennison, the second one, Mark, this one dropping now, is that he had the time and he hit it straight at the goalkeeper. But fantastic nonetheless from Dudek. Now this may be a problem though for Edu, and where Vieira's was a knock, Mark, I didn't see too much go on there. Certainly, if it wasn't a knock and was a pull, well, it looks like it's studs. You see that? I wonder if it was his own player that caught him there. Remember the free kick given against Patrick Vieira? Maybe he just came through everybody and took his own teammate with him.
It doesn't look too serious for the Brazilian, who was an Arsenal player last season and started 12 of their last 15 games. Best run in the senior side, but he was only a substitute here in the FA Cup final. In from the start in the Community Shield and back on. Halfway through the first half. It's been Arsenal's first half to this point in every respect except on the scoreline, where it remains level.
Heskey. It's got to be better than that from Emile Heskey, Mark. If you're playing the way that Liverpool are playing, the one thing you need to do is use the ball. You need to keep possession if you're going to play narrow. And Liverpool haven't kept possession well enough so far.
And again, progress last season was through some very strong defending. There's a foul here by Wiltord. on Duke. Arsenal caught in possession in their own half. And Alan Wiley's reaching for the yellow card for Sylvain Wiltord.
Yeah, I think it's a, what would I call a forwards tackle? Exaggerated roll from Diouf, I think, as well in there. Got a free kick nonetheless, and I think having booked Steven Gerrard, the yellow card was pretty much certain to come out there.
Gerrard again in charge of the free kick. Good reactions on his toes, Patrick Vieira for Arsenal. He pulled everyone back, so Wiltord in the sacrificed his possession as he knocked it forward. Lauren, strong against Heskey. Bit of room here for Parler. Trying his luck on the right. Got long legs, Jimmy Traore.
Needed them.
Good work by Harman, just came on Henry's blind side to nick it back for Liverpool. He won the contract for David Seaman.
And why not? Why wouldn't you give a goalkeeper that quality another contract, Mark? Even at what, 38 is he now?
The 39 next month, yeah. Plenty played longer than that in his position. Peter Shilton, Dino Zoff, of course, won the World Cup at the age of 40.
Yeah, he did have Italian defenders in front of him. They were pretty good at the time, weren't they?
David Seaman would say he's got Arsenal defenders.
Yeah.
So,
fair enough.
one of whom is Sol Campbell, is steering it forward here to Wiltord.
Well, Wiltord wins that, Mark, and Ashley Cole's in. Diouf hadn't tracked them all the way back, but it's helped them. The moving of Diouf to the wide area when they don't have the ball. Just put a little hold on this left-hand side of Arsenal's.
Yeah. Very much wide right midfield with Arsenal having the ball, as you pointed out. And Lisa on the left, Harman and Gerrard trying to do the work in the middle. Yes, they've made Arsenal knock it long there, and Vieira then picked up the pieces. Bergkamp had got the ball and didn't really want the free kick to be given his way, but Alan Wiley had already blown. Eyeing up a possible shooting opportunity.
Well, they haven't exactly flooded the box, Arsenal, with players, Mark, so it does look like this might be hit.
If it is, but
goodness me, blow your whistle there.
Herman and reset, well done, Nick. Refusing to take the full count. Dave Galley, the physio, had already been signalled on. That was good refereeing, and also the medical man knowing his responsibilities with a potential head injury. Hard head on the Norwegian.
He struck at Edu, didn't he?
And will be restarted with a drop ball, and certainly a bit of charity in the Community Shield from Thierry Henry. Wiltord. Gerrard needed, and has prevented the corner. Not quite staying for Diouf.
Well done, Edu. That was responsible play. Campbell and Cole had got sucked forward. They'd picked a hole in behind the left back, and Edu saw it, went over, snuffed it out.
Gerrard's got great range in his passing, but he keeps it short that time. And into the feet of Owen. Heskey has spun well. It's the best move that Liverpool have put together so far.
What I talked about, what was good there, possession. Passing and movement were excellent. And I think when you play narrow like this, this is the sort of thing you need. You need good passing, you need good movement. It was, the angle was just against Heskey. Nothing wrong with the attempt. Powerful, accurate. Good little link up with the front two.
Gerrard there again. On from Juve. Heskey, strong with his back to Sol Campbell, needed to be strong. I'm not sure this is where Al-Hadji Juve is at his most comfortable though, and Arsenal got around him very quickly, I must say.
Well, I don't think it was a free kick either. I thought Ashley Cole did ever so well. But I think Alan Wiley's given a free kick.
Checking with Trevor Kettle, the assistant. He wants to speak to Juve and Ashley Cole. A little bit of afters there.
I was not happy Cole. He offered the hand there to shake it, and Juve
pulled it,
snubbed it. Yeah.
Anyway, it is a free kick to Liverpool. Reese has come across to take it. Now it's a corner.
Nice ball up. It was curling in towards the 6-yard box, and it's one of those that when the goalkeeper decides not to come, as David Seaman did then, all it takes is a little nick from anyone's head, defenders included. And from 6 yards out, it's normally past the goalkeeper. Martin Keown, a little bash in the face. Well, he's had a career of those. Shouldn't worry him too much.
2 more years of it. That career extended by a new deal at Highbury. Very disappointed that he didn't get on the pitch in the World Cup under the England squad. Liverpool's corner. Collected by Harman. David Seaman is coming for this one. He had to work to get it, but get it he did.
Good take. Under pressure into traffic there. Clean handling. But Liverpool have been much better since they've shifted Joyce Martin to this near side. It's been a more even contest. Last, well, I would say 6 or 7 minutes. Arsenal had a pretty good quarter, had a very good quarter of this match. They find it more difficult now to pick a little hole here and there.
Again, a more straightforward attempt, if you like. And even with Henry's pace, he wasn't going to get it. And Vieira's attempted pass. Clever from Harman. Owen has a ball onto the right to Juve. Owen goes his own way, and Vieira gets up, waving a hand as if to say no. But if the referee gives it, then a yellow card is going to follow.
I think he's made a rod for his own back, the referee, Martin, with his first booking in the match. The players out there don't want to see too many. But Owen pushes it and goes. I don't think Vieira tackles much. I'm not so sure how much the leg comes over there. Michael just catches his trailing leg on the thigh of Vieira. But as I say, he set the standard, the referee, now, and a tackle like that is going to get a yellow card.
Well, they've got 2 here at Liverpool who really can hit them. Risa with the left foot, Steven Gerrard with the right. Gerrard just moved away. Risa, who was really one of these signings of last season. Fantastic first campaign in the English game. The Norwegian, including 8 goals, primarily playing at left back. Here he comes, Yonana Risa. And there's a touch or 2 maybe along the way.
Well, he's happy with a touch or 2 because it wasn't a brilliant free kick that he struck. Rather scuffed it. Was never threatening the goal. Just nicked off Patrick Vieira on its way through.
Maybe more threatening with a corner, Risa. He's been lively at Liverpool the last 10 minutes or so. Vieira's there to steer it away. Well, a free kick, a corner, and now a long throw. from Risa. Very long throw, almost to the penalty spot. Arsenal trying to push out. Traore. Risa. He could hit it as he could. Coming up for you later today, Sky Sports 1, Bradford against Wolves. There is a Bradford City, we're happy to say. There was some doubt about that in the summer. 4:30. And our Super Sunday from Highbury, the Premiership first weekend. Arsenal against Birmingham, Sky Sports 1. We'll start as usual at 3. Same day, incidentally. It's really these two teams against the might of the West Midlands. Liverpool open up at Aston Villa. Steve Bruce, manager of Birmingham, all scrutiny in our studio. You'll hear his thoughts at half-time.
I have to say, as someone who spent a lot of his career in the Midlands, Martin, I'm delighted that the Blues are back up.
Juice. Gerrard. Blocked by Edu. So a break on for Arsenal. There would have been with a better ball.
Just give it to Dennis Bergkamp's feet there. He should know your players. Acres of space. 2v2, Bergkamp, Nori against Hongshore Nupia. That would have been interesting.
What a pair they are, though, Hongshore and Nupia. So much for Liverpool is built on their steadfastness in the centre of the defence. Oh. Risa. Needed someone for Arsenal to step in. It was Martin Keown, and then given away by Lauren. And again, footwork to delight from Thierry Henry. Almost a Cardiff crusade here. On a ground where he hasn't really shown off his best. Parlour, who won a charity shield for Arsenal. Last time they were in it, 99, with a cross shot like that against Manchester United.
Lovely strike, but watch Dennis Bergkamp top of the screen with Jimmy Traore. Watch this as it goes. A look at Bergkamp. Just denied Traore getting there quick enough and early enough. It's a good strike across the goalkeeper. Well, that's about the best we've seen from Arsenal, Martin, in the last 12 minutes of this match.
You touched on it earlier when you were in the studio with Richard and Steve, Andy. For Liverpool, the benchmark, despite those 5 trophies in 2001, the benchmark is, of course, the Championship.
That'd be fair, wouldn't it? Wouldn't you say so, Liverpool supporters?
Yeah. Last one, 1990. They are the most decorated English club in league honours. 18 titles, and it stayed on 18 for too long, they will feel, in that particular part of the Northwest. 4 European Cups as well, we shouldn't forget those. Otherwise we will get some letters from Merseyside. Risa. Covering a lot of ground there, dude, and having to do more of it in his own half of the pitch over the last 15 minutes or so.
I think he's grown. I think that little spell that you mentioned earlier at the end of the season, Martin, really has gone a long way to making Edu, and I think he now believes he can compete in this company.
Another long throw from Jan Arne Risa. Up goes Herpia. Rather number 4, Patrick Vieira. Got the better of him now. And receives from Bergkamp's cute pass. On from Wiltor, who finds himself in the centre. Parlour for Wiltor. It's behind Traore, and because of that was able to get a shot in. It was a bit hurried in the end.
Oh, cross goal. His French teammate Henry is tapping it in. But it's a lovely flowing move, but against a breakaway, isn't it? That's the way they've broken up Liverpool's attacks, and the 2 best attacks Arsenal put together have been when they've broken from deep in their own half, with pace, with quality.
Hilfier. The player who slipped as he went to knock the ball.
Well, Well, I says he might try and do what Freddie Ljungberg has done for them, and that's exactly what you'd see here, playing it and then going. But just watch Henri Middlemark, as I say, if he could have just flashed it across the 6-yard box. Henri probably tapping it in.
Talking around October for Robert Pires to be back. And Freddie Ljungberg, who was quite a forlorn figure at the end of the World Cup, he did appear, but he went into it with a bit of a legacy of an injury from the end of Arsenal season. He is on the comeback trail to major figures in Arsenal's success last season.
Well, just thinking if Arsenal do get a good start in the league, Martin, and they're going well, what a boost it's going to be for them as the season goes on.
We were pointing out, you won't be able to sign any new players after August the 31st until January. You won't be able to register anybody. It's not just transfers, I'm told. So you can't take anybody who's out of work, which seems to me a bit of a restraint of trade. We might hear a bit more on that being challenged.
Well, I think it's an absolute certainty.
And it's not, as we're told, every European country. I was in Holland in that Amsterdam tournament, and the representatives of Ajax assured me that Ajax can sign a player September, October, November, December. Here is Henri. He's got Wiltor with him. To Liverpool were able to regroup, and Ancho hard man to pass one-on-one.
I hope he did well, Mark, as well, when Henri went at him, because he kept Henri on his left foot. He didn't allow him to get across onto his right side. Again, that's about defenders knowing the strengths of the people they play against.
Reflection on Parler's cross. Will it help Henri? Not quite. Vieira. Lauren. Level after 90 minutes, no extra time on this occasion. There will be penalties. It's Owen who's given it away. Cole. And there's kind of coming together between Reece and I think it might have been Lauren.
Well, he's getting up, looking around rather quizzically to see what happened.
He's looking at Keown. I think it was Martin Keown.
I didn't see. I was too busy looking at the bad ball that Michael Owen had played across to get his teammates in trouble.
Reece is looking at someone he thinks is a bad boy. That was Lauren.
Yeah, he just nudges him in the back.
Liverpool finishing second and earning the invitation from the FA to participate today, their highest position since 1991, their highest position since the start of the Premiership. 80 points.
Yeah, would have won the title a couple of years, wouldn't it? The Premiership, 80 points.
And done with all the difficulties of Gerard Houlier's enforced absence. Phil Thompson, of course, played a major part in keeping the ship on the right course. Edu. Henri. Back for Edu. Oh, they had Bergkamp free. So far, but not far enough for Arsenal. Hamann. He's just as important a figure for Germany in the World Cup as he is in his club team, in that very same position, picking things off defensively in midfield. There's a bit more to his game than just that. Wiltor. Off goes Ashley Cole. And Juve struggling to stay with him, but he has got back. And Cole's cross is a disappointing one from Arsenal's point of view.
Well, you see Patrick Vieira, we talked about it, really got forward more in this midfield this year. He certainly was far forward there. Penalty spot when the ball was, well, the attempted cross from Ashley Cole. Might have been close, but I think just off.
Kenneth Bergkamp did go to Arsenal's training camp in Austria, by car, of course.
That'd have been a nice car, though.
He was too tired for a road journey back to play on Tuesday. And Arsenal played Barnet, beat them 2-1. Gerrard. Apologising to Heskey, who made a late but positive movement for the ball to feet. Juve. Risky that from Lauren, but Keown was there to help out. Bergkamp. A minute or so plus added time to go to half-time. Arsenal started very well indeed, but didn't score in that period. Thanks in one astonishing sequence to Jerzy Dudek.
Yeah, although the second half of the first half has been more evenly contested, Mark, Liverpool have done a better job of frustrating Arsenal. They haven't really created an awful lot on their own. I can only think of the Emile Heskey shot from the angle that David Seaman's had to work at. And they've still looked, although less often, they've still looked the most likely, Arsenal, to start the scoring in this game.
Yeah, Liverpool had a spell of free kicks and corners, a long throw from Riese that threatened, but didn't really open up the Gunners. Oh, Thierry move. It's Thierry Henry was the culprit. It's another booking. And he was, first of all, the filling in the sandwich, and then it was the reaction to that that Alan Wiley didn't like. Our man on the receiving end.
Yeah, be careful, Alan Wiley. That pencil won't last 3 weeks if he's going at this rate, Mark, I tell you.
Sometimes we've got so far. More cautions. Steven Gerrard, the one Liverpool player. Thought he was away. The flag had gone up to indicate to the referee. It's a bit of a reflection of a rather frustrating 15 minutes or so. It's been more of a bitty game. There's some flow to it in the first 20 minutes.
You know, it's a real chance now in stoppage time, deep into it in the first half for Liverpool, really, to snatch a lead.
In from Riese. Herpier was more looking to take opponents out of the way, I think, than to do anything with the ball, but Arsenal protesting, and it's still going to be pressure on their goal because it is a corner. I just feel they might get one of these right. They've had some opportunities in the second part of this first half. And good defending aerially by Vieira. Taking on the Tony Adams mantle in more ways than one. Showing his leadership qualities. Arsenal's confirmed skipper, vice-captain to Adams before. Riese clips it in. This time it was Henry. Difficult for David Seaman here. And Wiley points for yet another corner.
Well over the 2 minutes.
Well, if Liverpool were to take the lead here, it would be surely with the last touch of the first half. A deeper run from Riese. Owen thought it might fall his way. A little bit of getting used to, seeing Liverpool in their new away kit, seeing a change in their formation. They've had to balance out a bit as the half has developed. thoughts of the Birmingham manager Steve Bruce to come at the end of the first half. The most memorable incident, that triple save by Jerzy Dudek in the Liverpool goal. The first shot from Thierry Henry, and then two from Dennis Bergkamp. But at half-time here at the Millennium Stadium, in the Community Shield, it's Arsenal 0, Liverpool 0.
And remember, later this afternoon, 4:30 from the First Division, it's Bradford City. All sorts of problems during the summer, of course, but they're in business. It's Bradford against Wolves. 4:30 this afternoon, Sky Sports 1. As Martin said, Steve Bruce is with us. His thoughts next as we look back on 45 minutes at the Millennium Stadium, which hasn't yet produced a goal, but there's plenty to talk about.
Keeper, make yourself bigger! Come on, bigger, keep it big!
Arsenal and Liverpool at the Millennium Stadium, the rugby ground in the front there, and those pictures this afternoon provided by our tethered blimp. I'm not sure if that's as a result of the changeable weather, but no airship today. It's the tethered blimp in the grounds of Cardiff Castle. Steve Bruce is with us. No goals. Birmingham play Arsenal next week. I can offer you some good news. Edu off as a result of a tightened hamstring. The really bad news is that we'll enjoy his performance today, I'm sure, but Gilberto Silva is coming on.
Well, that's what we talk about to start with, isn't it? The strength and depth they've got, the big clubs, is just incredible. So they lose one and they're bringing in another World Cup winner. I mean, you couldn't expect that from the big club, so we'll have to expect that.
And he made the point as we approached half-time, a little more even the second half of that first, but Arsenal have bossed it.
Well, the first 25 minutes, to be brutally honest, Liverpool couldn't get anywhere near them, and I think they made a tactical change where they've now put El Diouf onto the right-hand side to give them that little bit of more balance. They've now matched them up and gone a 4-4-2 against them. So in that way they restricted it, and they've got a bit of possession themselves, and possibly produced the best moment in the game when they played 2-3 passes and Heskey had the shot at goal. But certainly in the early stages, Arsenal were the better team.
Not for the first time here. They were very grateful for their goalkeeper, I'm sure, for keeping the score sheet blank, but a series of saves, one of which you'd have been pleased with, Steve, but he put 2 or 3 together here that were terrific, weren't they?
Well, they were. I mean, it's a great series of saves. I mean, a great strike from Henry, and the goalkeeper gets up. It's a great ball from Parler to Bergkamp, another good strike. He gets up again. That's a wonderful sequence of saves in the matter of, what, 15 seconds?
Mind you, he's caused all his own problems if he holds this one.
Well, that's what I was looking at, but he does give it a bash, doesn't he? It is travelling a bit, and they do move. But, yeah, great
Good saves.
Good saves, and a great little ball from Parler. And you would fancy Bergkamp now there to score, wouldn't you? But good save from Dudek, kept them in the game, absolutely.
Liverpool's best moment you talked about ended with Emil Heskey's shot.
Yes, they played 2-3 passes. Gerrard's involved, a great pass in there to Michael Owen. 4 passes. It's a cute angle. He shouldn't score from there.
I was just going to say, but the keeper at the other end should not concede there, should he?
Absolutely. I mean, unless it's something fluky happens, but you'd expect Seaman to save from there. The angle's just a bit too tight for him, and a keeper of Dave's class, the angle's all correct, and it makes this fairly comfortable save.
3 bookings already for the Gunners. Suspended fine hung over from last season should they get into more disciplinary trouble. The referee was quick off the mark with his first booking. Did he cause himself problems?
Well, we've got to remember, again, we talk about common sense, don't we? It's a friendly match at the end of the day. I mean, I know it's competitive and there's a shield involved and 2 big teams in the country are playing in it. But, you know, we've got 4 bookings already, and if we're not careful, we could get somebody sent off. And really, there's been a couple of challenges, but nothing really malicious. And they'll count against you. So, I mean, they will be wary of the whole situation.
And just a reminder, if it is scoreless or a draw at full time, then we'll go straight to penalties. No extra time. It finishes here today with a penalty shootout if required. No goals yet. And there's Arsenal's new number 19, Gilberto Silva, who will start the second half in place of Edu, who's off with a possible hamstring pull. We're back in Cardiff next.
All right, who watched the kit this week?
Don't let rain damage your brickwork and painting!
Look at my lovely wall. Don't be wet. Use Thompson's water seal.
You'll look at the TV screen in front of you there. We'll look at the mission video from our Shanghai convention. Here it comes.
To prepare for tomorrow, you could create the Office of the Future.
Fantastic record of our time there.
Or you could ensure your IT infrastructure is reliable.
Successful conventions yet. Keep looking forwards. Here it comes, our Shanghai convention mission video.
So you're ready for whatever the future brings.
The mission video. I'm sure you're all as excited as I am about this.
So what happened? I don't know what happened. I have no idea why she dumped me. I always treated her right. Yes, I did. I did, didn't I? Yes, you did. I did. You did. She's insane. Man, I don't even know what you saw in her. I mean, I would never go out with her. Oh, I know. She'll come crawling back. Don't worry.
Ice cold buck.
Thanks.
They call it Monday, but we all know it's Saturday part 2. You know you're going to have to go through the whole thing again, whether you want to or not. Every bounce of the ball, every stupid mistake, every 20-yard screen, every tapping, every 2-footed studs-up outrage. Was he a star or a waste of space? Everything you'll want to remember, and everything you'd rather forget. Super Goals. Free every Monday. Only with the Sun.
Hello, mate, all right? Yeah, I'm all right. You throw the ball!
Make it yours, come on, Ken!
Whip back!
I
want to say it now!
Pass the
ball!
The Tuesday premiere with Maltesers.
That's me, and that's 3 people. And I'm going to help them. Something they can't do by themselves. Then they do it for 3 other people.
But it gets big really fast.
Helen Hunt.
I have a problem.
Kevin Spacey.
Sometimes there's nothing we can do.
Haley Joel Osment.
It's not fair.
I know.
You don't know.
Pay It Forward, Tuesday at 8 on Sky Movies Premiere.
Barclaycard Premiership pay-per-view offering next weekend comes from Villa Park. It is the Villa against Liverpool. For more information on how to order the game, dial 08705 160 160. That starts at 1:30. We are going to Highbury to see the Champions Open against Birmingham City next Sunday, 3 o'clock. And I only chuckle because, Steve, actually you're looking forward to it, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely. The whole of Birmingham is, you know. I mean, as I said before, we've waited a long time. You know, we've got a terrific support. We've sold out all the tickets we possibly can. Let's go and enjoy it and try and do... You know, history it tells you that it's going to be difficult. Seven teams out of the last 12 have been relegated. We must try our utmost to try and stay in the division, because that's where we all want to be.
Well, speak to Sam Allardyce in Bolton.
Absolutely, absolutely. A big friend of mine, and he did it last year. And it is hard for the respective teams, but we're going to go and have a go.
And we wish you well, genuinely.
Cheers.
And it's smashing to have Birmingham City back. Liverpool are back. No Arsenal yet. We know of one change for them. We will see him, Gilberto Silva, World Cup winner, £4.5 million. And at that money, Steve, that's very good business, isn't it?
I mean, the one thing you have to say about Arsene Wenger in the transfer market, he has been unbelievable. He's put together a great side. He's sold well. He's bought well. I mean, a World Cup winner for that sort of money is a terrific piece of business when you see the fees what are going around still today. A very, very good signing. And we're talking about strength and depth. You know, he's lost one of his midfield too, and you've got that sitting on the bench. It's just a great signing.
Yeah, sold well and gone on to win prizes.
I mean, you look and you sold Overmars and and Petit for 30 million, and Elka for 23 million. He's bought and sold very, very well in the transfer market.
So here we go. Goalless as Arsenal meet Liverpool in the Community Shield. Match commentators Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Thanks, Richard. You might have noticed it's just Gilberto on his shirt. The silver was added because there are several Gilbertos in Brazilian football, several hundred probably. And you might recall Juninho, we know just as Juninho was called Juninho Paulista in the World Cup. So the message from Gilberto is just call me that. And he's up against Didi Hamann, World Cup final all over again in midfield. Who would have thought those two players, when they left the pitch in Yokohama, they'd be playing against each other in Cardiff so soon. Bit of rain falling during the half-time interval. 0-0 between Arsenal and Liverpool. Michael Owen attacking what you might call his goal in the second half. Quite come for Gerrard, has come for Juve. Both sides attacking the ends where their supporters are predominantly in the stadium. Heskey, cleared by Keown. He's looking for the man as well as the ball. Blocked off Ancho rather skillfully, got away with it. Henry, here's Ray Parler. Was finished last season in such great style, including the goal here at Cardiff, but couldn't force his way into Sven-Göran Eriksson's plans. Heskey was already in them.
Oh, that's a late flag. He's a good look at that, the linesman on this side.
Here is Hamann. Hurpia. Heskey. Supported here by Traore. Hamann. Nice football from Liverpool, and Gerrard and Owen slightly confusing the issue. Bergkamp. Henry. He's away at pace. Thierry Henry! Oh, off the post. He's unlucky at Cardiff again. Off the goalkeeper first, then the post. So give Dudek some credit. But what acceleration. Still Henry. He didn't appeal for handball, actually. Howard Xavier lifted an arm away to say, don't look at me, I didn't handle it. Juve. Andy Gray.
Oh, that was brilliant. That was Henry to a tee. They managed to break quickly, get Liverpool high up the pitch. I said he's got the beating of the back four. My goodness, just watch this. Makes up his mind, and it's one touch, because he knows no one can take him. Second touch is an equally good one, Martin. He hits the target, but yet again, Dudek spoils his party.
Vieira. Working it to Parler. Gilberto. Vieira. He was going to hit one with his left foot. Can't recall seeing too many of those down the years. It's just a deception. Foul by Jufon Cole.
I just wonder how much he knew about this, the goalkeeper. Whether it's played off him or he moves in, hits him in the legs, you see there, through his legs, could have gone anywhere. Now this ground, I mentioned it early in the first half, it ain't been a happy one for Henry, personally, in that respect of goal scoring and performing. Thought he'd done everything right there.
Comfortable for Hurpia. Vieira. Martin Keown, he was starting to work his way back and couldn't find Parler. Also in that cup final between these two, Sami Hurpia, 3 clearances off the line.
It's got a cup final written all over it at the moment, isn't it?
And it was quite late when Arsenal got their goal inside the last 20 minutes. And then Michael Owen turned it on its head.
And at the same ends we're facing here, wasn't it?
Absolutely. We're just missing Freddie Ljungberg, the Arsenal scorer that day. Not often, of course, these days that Arsenal fail to score in a game. I thought of a goal in every Premiership match last season. Laura to lure Lisa into a rash challenge. It wasn't rash. And Arsenal get us a throw. Roberto, and offside, and a palpable one against Wiltor, one of the 3 Arsenal players booked in the first half, along with Patrick Vieira and Thierry Henry, a French trio, being watched incidentally today by the new French team manager, Jacques Santini. Gerrard. Oh, and Risa, who scored against Arsenal at Highbury from a Gerrard pass.
Fabulous pass it was on the day as well. Just cut across that one there, the right idea, good attempt, but just cut across the ball slightly. And just drifted towards the goalkeeper. Not much the same as the beginning of the first half, Martin. Arsenal calling the tune, really.
An increasingly damp pitch. Gerrard. A good season, Sylvain Wiltor, the last campaign. He was capped by getting the goal that won the championship, won the Premiership at Old Trafford.
Well, he got double figures, I think, didn't he, Martin? League goals, I think 10, was it?
And of course he was asked to perform different jobs as today, wide midfield, not always up front, where
not always in the start lineup. No.
Yeah.
When you feel when they're at full strength, they wouldn't be again with Perez and Ljungberg back.
That's Gilberto's pass, found Henry. Here is Sylvain Wiltor. Difficult angle, and an awkward save, probably because of the skid on the shot.
Yeah, just sat up in front of him, didn't it? Seemed to get down a little early, the goalkeeper, I guess.
Cole Lockwood's flipping that might mean problems for Arsenal. Owen, who misses his kick, uncharacteristically, as Juve just rolled it into Michael Owen's stride.
He's played on the periphery of this game, though, Michael Owen. Hasn't been involved an awful lot. That one fantastic first-time pass to his strike mate, Heskey, in the first half.
Here is Heskey. A little unfortunate, you can see what he was trying to do to kick that.
Well, he's got plenty of time here, Michael. He gets an awful lot of space. And Jeff spots him here, he just takes his time, has a little look, rolls a nice little ball. You see how far beyond the near post he is. It made the shot difficult. Tried to opt for power. Just misjudged it.
Still only 22, Michael Owen, top scorer for the last 5 seasons for Liverpool. And I'd be very surprised if he's not top scorer again.
Well, I'd be amazed unless he misses all season.
Well,
yeah.
From Liverpool's point of view, England's point of view, let's hope the little injury worries that have surrounded his summer at the World Cup and no 2 question marks since then will be cleared up.
Well, yeah, I mean, he hasn't had good service today, Michael. He really has fed on scraps, him and Heskey. Whereas I think that Bergkamp and Henry have enjoyed much, much better service, much better delivery of the ball in the right areas for front men.
Vieira, Bergkamp, they've got runners on the left. Henry, good handling by Duda.
He can't believe it, can he? You can imagine him saying to himself, it must come sometime. This ground owes me a goal. I actually didn't think the ball was meant for him, Martin. I think it was meant for the run of Vieira, who played a little 1-2 with Dennis Bergkamp.
Real good work by Bergkamp. And pass not up to that.
Doesn't often make the wrong decision, Dennis Bergkamp, but I thought he should have just shoved that 4 yards to his left to Thierry Henry.
Goal that he scored to knock Liverpool out of the FA Cup, incidentally the only goal that he's scored for Arsenal against Liverpool in a dozen opportunities. but it was a big one for him and for the club. And he got his FA Cup winners' medal, having missed out in 98 when he was injured shortly before the final, and that double-winning year for Arsene Wenger. Lauren, that's dangerous, and that danger is still there. Juve!
Well, they contribute almost to their own downfall here on the edge of the box. This is a really poor header from Lauren. I've not got a clue what he was trying to do, but from that moment they never got themselves together, Arsenal. It's not really threatening the goal, but he took it on. Nothing wrong with that.
Arsenal incidentally have a free week before they play Birmingham. Liverpool have another pre-season friendly against Chester in the midweek, where they go to Villa Park. Gerrard, Teresa. Still waiting for the cross.
Well, this is the chance a little earlier. I think the 1-2 is meant for Vieira's run again, but Henry decides to, he'll take it. Strikes it really well. Difficult save for the goalkeeper off this greasy ground.
That's Jacques Santini, the new team manager of France, who's come over to have a chat with Gerard Houllier and Arsene Wenger, as well as looking at the French players involved in this game. Gerard Houllier formerly had that job. Arsene Wenger says he's been offered it, but he's happy where he is. Liverpool's throw. Steven Gerrard had banked his space to collect it. He took the fairest of throws, and Arsenal weren't complaining. They might have been if Michael Owen had guided that a little bit lower.
Yeah, just get underneath it a little bit. Lovely ball in. Michael Owen's always going to get across the front of the defender. Look at him go across. Martin Keown. That's the area he's got to look at. The movement. Maybe just did enough, Martin, to put him off. And that's Michael Owen in a tee. He plays on the edge of the game. You don't see him for long periods at times on this Liverpool side because of the way they play, soak up pressure. But you know, if they create a chance, that the young man is going to be there or thereabouts in the end of it.
I was saying this week that the defender he'd least like to play against is Martin Keown. It's mental as well as physical. Gilberto played every minute of every game for Brazil in the World Cup finals. I'm very proud of that. He wasn't a well-known player going into the tournament, and he had a handful of caps.
It's just gone a little flat second half of the game, Martin, you feel?
Europia. Traore, maybe a change of boots will help Thierry Henry, because he's over doing that at the moment. Change of boots, change of luck. And helped by the Arsenal kit man, a loyal Highbury man, Vic Akers. Sammy Herpia's come up. The target for this long throw. He's certainly going in for it. Made it difficult for Sol Campbell.
It's something to use a lot now, Liverpool. A lot of the goals come from, a lot last year anyway, came from long throws, set plays.
Herpia stays there. Juice, a very good header of the ball, incidentally. Arsenal, I'm sure, have done their homework on him. He goes towards the near post, and in he goes, and could have been his touch, and then Owen's claiming he was being tugged. That's why he didn't convert it by the far post.
Well, I don't know if he was tugged just before, but he certainly got in there. Michael Owen. Well, there might have been a little tug on the jersey there, the back post. Ray Parlour. Well, he gets a little tug on it, Martin, but it's a chance, isn't it? All he needs is a firm contact. And that's a goal, he must score. Fantastic corner in from Steven Gerrard. Pace, accuracy, bend.
Olsha encouraged the Liverpool cries. Cole. Now Vieira. Intercepted by Harman. Vieira has it back. Not for long. Harman again. Risa. Coming to the last half an hour here of the FA Community Shield at Cardiff. Double winners being held by the side that finished second in the Premiership. Traore. Owen. And he uses pace against Lauren, who, talking about the issue of impeding, the old term is obstruction. If there's contact, it is direct, and there ought to be some contact there. No sign of Alan Wiley raising an arm to indicate an indirect free kick, which it would be if there was no contact.
Well, it was around about this area, I think, that Gary McAllister bent one in, Martin, late on in the FA Cup final. Confusion reigned, and Michael Owen got the equaliser.
It's Steven Gerrard to take it here. Herpier.
I thought it was going to drop you on again. Remember, Babel kept it in.
Yep. Now in, put it in. And started to change the face of that front. Trying to make it awkward for Olsha, but he's not a man to panic, the Swiss international. Lovely turn by Gerrard as well. Liverpool on the move here.
Switch it, Stephen. He had Haman, he had Owen going there wide into that area they're in now.
From an Arsenal mistake from Vieira. Owen. Some arms raised by Liverpool again. Not by Owen himself, he's not protesting this time.
Liverpool fans to a man behind that woman behind that goal, screaming that Sol Campbell had pulled down Michael Owen, but I always think players' reactions are good, Martin. He wanted a penalty last time, but Michael doesn't do anything here. Yeah, I think he just loses his footing at the end, yeah. He never made any movement to the referee, he didn't make any claims here. There's a little bit of coming together, but you're not going to get a penalty for that. But this is Liverpool's best spell, the last 10 minutes or so of this match. Liverpool have enjoyed the best spell they've had, good pressure, good possession for a change.
What a mistake by Vieira to...
Well, look at that, Mark. Talk about possession.
Risa also had to react, and Martin Keown stood up and was counted. Here's Wilton. Yeah, well played, sir. Well played. Lauren. All the while, Parlour waiting on the right, keeping the shape. Lauren. Gilberto. Vieira. Bergkamp, onside! Off target.
Well, they're going to pay for it. You just cannot help feeling that Arsenal are going to pay dearly for missed chances. What a ball this is. Playing right on the shoulder, not offside. Didn't quite get it out his feet, Martin, the way he would have liked it. Rather sticks underneath him here. Look, doesn't quite get it out, so he's really struggling to swing the left foot at it. And rather choked it across goal, but well, I can't believe they're going to get away with missing chance after chance.
Harman. "13 years ago, almost to the day, these sides met in the then Charity Shield at Wembley. Liverpool won it 1-0. Peter Beardsley. Henry. Lauren arriving at pace.
Wrong decision. Wrong decision again. Real good support he had, Lauren, there.
Well, we do feel Liverpool are well equipped to defend these corners, but we shall see Thierry Henry. And he looks up, we'll see Campbell. There's a definite target, Martin Keown. Not near deep enough for either of them. Parler. He's wide by Bergkamp. Now Juice. With a little bit of room for himself. He needs some help. The only movement around him was coming from Arsenal players. Tudyk. You could say giving Dennis Bergkamp a taste of his own medicine, but I think it's more realistic clearly, making Liverpool Hearts race a bit faster than they needed to. Xavier. Gerrard. And goes Campbell. Played the ball. 20 minutes gone in the second half. Liverpool thinking about bringing on Danny Murphy.
About to, aren't they? Stripped and ready for action.
Happily restored to full fitness. What a switchback of emotions it was for him. Out of the World Cup and in because of Steven Gerrard's misfortune. That couldn't have been easy for a clubmate to take. Could hardly show his exuberance at his good fortune at the expense of a friend. And then going to the Far East and getting injured in training on the island of Jeju in South Korea, and then having to withdraw from the squad itself. Owen. Wiltord. Vieira. Go back a long time to find Arsenal beating Liverpool 2 games in a row, which would be the case should they win this match. Almost 10 years since that happened. Previous victory, that FA Cup, Dennis Bergkamp's winner, and his red card at the start of the year.
No, who's coming off? That's an interesting one.
It's a surprise in being Didi Hamann. We often say, Andy, when Hamann doesn't play, it's a job that perhaps no one else at Liverpool can do quite as well.
Well, he had a long World Cup, as you said, all the way through to the very last.
Had a long World Cup for several reasons, one of which I think is the German squad, whichever World Cup, however good or not so good they are, they go to a World Cup expecting to stay, prepared mentally to stay till it's all over. There's no thinking, oh, well, we've done enough to get this far. They've only done enough when they get to the final.
Yeah.
Well, really, probably in Germany, they feel they haven't done enough by that because they've got to win it.
Well, we'll see Steven Gerrard take his position now. Deep man of man, he's just going to play the anchor in midfield. I would expect Murphy to be released to go forward.
Danny Murphy, of course, was heavily involved in this occasion last year. He was brought down for a penalty right at the start of the game by Roy Keane, if memory serves me right. Gary McAllister scored, then Owen scored, and Manchester United played the rest of the game trying to catch up and never quite managed it. Bergkamp. Parler coming in from the other side. It's Gilberto! What a start! The World Cup winner scores for Arsenal at Cardiff, and they dance his new teammates with him.
Well, there's no better way to endear yourself, not only your teammates, Martin, but to the fans that have come in droves to see a World Cup winner he may be, but didn't get enjoyment from there. Look how deep they were there. I think it's Sami Hyypiä who's the culprit. He's much, much deeper than the rest of the back four. And the one thing you know about Bergkamp is when he gets in there, he does take a look. He has a look round. He will pick a pass out. He does all of those things here, Dennis Bergkamp. But you got to finish it. We saw Michael Owen swing and miss at the other end. But Gilberto, well, he swung, he hit, and he found the target. At last, Arsenal break the deadlock.
But this is Cardiff.
This is Cardiff.
I know Michael Owen is still out there. So they cannot rest on their laurels.
Well, it must have been around about this time that Freddie scored the goal.
maybe fractionally earlier today, but anyway, Arsene Wenger looked very satisfied, of course, stepping in, getting his man from Atletico Mineiro. And a goal-scoring start in the English game. And here come Arsenal again with Wiltor, Cole. Died rather on Traore. Away by Anjou. Now, El Hadji Diouf.
Really is a remarkable record Arsenal scoring that, isn't it? I mean, you mentioned every game that was completed in pre-season they scored. They've continued it in the Charity Shield today. It's just extraordinary.
And a number of different players they get goals from. There's a touch on that as Steven Gerrard looked to reply for Liverpool here. And they've got a corner, and their supporters have a very close view of this. Majority of them at the north end of the ground that was deemed for quite a while the lucky end, to go with the lucky north dressing room. That's somewhat been put to bed. A couple of recent successes for the south. David Seaman comes and knocks it away successfully, and Arsenal get a free kick as well.
That's good goalkeeping. First half when it was nice and dry, Martin David would come out, catch it, take the pressure off, but the ball will be extremely slippy. It's been raining since half-time. Punched it, good distance.
David Seaman, incidentally, playing against Liverpool today for the first time since that FA Cup final. Didn't feature because of injury in the 3 games between the two clubs last season. Given against Campbell.
Well, you've got to come forward now, Liverpool. They've been better second half in that respect. They've looked more threatening. And they've got to find a chance. And they've got to find someone to take it.
The latest movement by Hurpia this time. Vieira there again. He's won plenty of headers in his own penalty area today. In both halves. Gerrard. Touch from Owen. Diouf. Still Diouf. Still Diouf.
Oh dear. That's why the penalty, that's a dive.
He's put his hands behind his back, and that was a decision that the referee had to make in a flash, as El Hadji Diouf made real inroads into the Arsenal penalty area.
Well, my first reaction was penalty. As soon as Patrick Vieira went to ground, Martin, and he didn't win the ball, you're thinking all over, this is a penalty. But what play from Diouf, wasn't it brilliant? That's the kind of skill he showed in the Far East, playing for Senegal. That's what he's capable of doing.
Huge sense of grievance from the Liverpool players. Maybe because the game went on, that rather diffused it, but we have to have another look, and here it is.
Well, here we go. This is the super slow motion. That's the brilliant skill now. Vieira comes across and goes to ground. I have to say, there's nothing that says that Diouf's got to get out of the way, Mark. When Vieira goes across like that, maybe he made too much of it, but I'll tell you what, I think he's lucky to get away with that.
This is Milan Baroš, young player from the Czech Republic who was signed last season. It didn't feature. There were all sorts of legislation, governmental legislation about non-EC players that affected his chances of playing, but those rules have been changed. And he's had an excellent pre-season. Gerard Houllier singled him out yesterday to me as somebody to really keep an eye on over the forthcoming campaign. He's been sent on. I was just thinking, looking at Patrick Vieira incident, how different was that from when he got booked and sliding in the first half?
You know, I think you take the idea, does Diouf have a responsibility to hurdle a player? I think not. I think if someone slides in like that and he doesn't win the ball, then it was very much like Michael Owen, as you say, and Vieira in the first half. Free kick was given immediately.
And Vieira was booked, incidentally, and of course, had it been a penalty, would it have been a booking? Would he have been off? And those thoughts crossing the mind of Alan Wiley. Anyway, nothing given. Arsenal still lead by Gilberto's debut goal. Second half substitute. So far, the man who has made the difference.
They'd want another one, Arsenal, wouldn't they? That's the one thing you do think. Liverpool have responded pretty well since the goal.
15 minutes left. Remember, penalties if Liverpool can level it, no extra time. Parlour. Just a little bit cynical by the newcomer, who's going to be Arsenal's fourth player caution. I don't think he had any complaints at all about that. Of course, they have had a fine put in place, suspended, with future conduct to be examined. With Arsenal, you get talk of success, but you also get talk of some behavioural problems.
Good run from Michael Owen there across the face of the back four. The ball just had a little bit too much height and it didn't quite get to him quick enough. Allowed Sol Campbell to come across and clear it there.
Held in by Risa. Headed on by Huppier. Aerial reach by Martin Keown. Not very far away by Gilberto.
Yeah, Dennis Bergkamp, what's the word you used? Impeded? Sami Huppier.
That's what we're told to use.
What was wrong with obstruction anyway?
Hey, we've got to move with the times, my friend.
It's not PC, is it?
It's not LG, which is laws of the game. This is a great moment. Marcus Babbel played in the Charity Shield last season. We expected him to play all season, and within a few weeks he was struck down with a virus which was not just career-threatening. It is no exaggeration to say it was life-threatening. And it's brilliant to see him back.
Well, it may be a new boy, but it looks like Diouf's getting the opportunity to hit this.
Well, one new boy has given Arsenal the lead. Can Liverpool reply in kind? He's not worked the goalkeeper.
Well, there's talk of Gilberto being a defensive midfield player, Martin, but he was the first to react here. Bergkamp on his own. And a lovely strike, clean as a whistle. Concentrated and striking the back of the ball. Struck it beautifully.
There'll be more and more Brazilian Arsenal fans if he goes on like that.
I don't think Arsene Wenger would want his team to continue to give free kicks away in these sort of areas, Martin. You know, they haven't been clean and clearing these up. You know, Liverpool have managed to keep pressure on, have managed to make it difficult enough. And they are a threat, Liverpool.
Marcus Babbel adds to that. He's very good in the air and he's in the thick of it. It's too high for him. Van Rossum is waiting behind him. A man who's already scored 4 goals in Full internationals for the Czech Republic. And he's scored a couple for Liverpool pre-season. Frustrating for Liverpool at the moment. Over there they had a good view of that. They thought it should have been Liverpool's throw. Penalty incident. Gone behind. And I'm still looking a bit rattled at the moment.
Well, they're not in control of the game. You know, sometimes you watch a 1-0 mark and you're confident that the other team ain't going to score because that team's dominating it, they're playing with the ball, they're keeping possession. But Arsenal aren't in control of the game to an extent that they can relax at all.
That's definitely a Liverpool throw. Suddenly he'll be spending more and more time in the Arsenal penalty area.
And all they need is one of these to go right for them. They've had enough.
It came off Campbell, and here's Barosh. Didn't quite go right for Michael Owen. Either back by Traore. Bergkamp. Parler not moving with full fluency. Dudek not connecting with full fluency.
But that was the example, that throw. It dropped to Barosh and really had his touch been better, his first touch, then he really did have a chance.
Gilberto. It's a bit overconfident. Juve. Having to do some tidying up again.
I was about to say it was a bit Brazilian, wasn't it? No flick, nonchalant flick with the outside of the foot.
Vieira. Around him and tackle by Henry Murphy wasn't the most accomplished in the world.
I think it was just a little bit too quick for Danny, I have to say.
Another name in the book.
I think it's a little unlucky with Danny Murphy because the ball's here and look, he gets tempted, Mark, it's away, but the big long leg comes out and that looks a lot worse than it really was when you see it in slow motion like that. He saw it there, he was tempted, but he's not the first player that Patrick Vieira's big long legs have embarrassed, I tell you. They're just nicking it before the tackle comes in.
One more live football to come very shortly for you on Sky Sports. Started the Nationwide League, of course, at Bradford against Wolves, 4:30. And a week today, the champions begin their defence of the Premiership. Arsenal against the new boys, Birmingham City. Sky Sports 1 at 3. Steve Bruce in our studios thinking, well, maybe Patrick Vieira will miss that game. I can only understand those thoughts.
What a failure in Birmingham's cap to go to Highbury and stop the scoring that.
Liverpool looked as though they were going to be capable of doing that. That's part of 70 minutes, but Bergkamp got in cleverly down the left-hand side. The cutback was perfect, and so was the shot from Gilberto Silva. Sailing with Murphy here, both players booked already. Liverpool's free kick. Risa. Gerrard, there's a bit of a tug at him by Parler, then there's a slip by Lauren. Half a clearance by Keown.
Put him in, he's there.
He being Thierry Henry. There's support arriving, and he's looking for it rather than going for goal. And it flew off Stefan Ancho. Dudek wasn't overcommitted in one direction. He would have embarrassed had he been so.
Didn't make the most of that, Thierry Henry.
Barosh trying to touch it for himself, I think. At least he nearly got there. As Liverpool chased the game, there are going to be some open moments for Arsenal, you feel. Now into the time, and we refer back to that FA Cup final. And the Millennium Stadium became the Michael Owen Stadium. Joe using the conditions well to deliver that pass to Juve. I thought Ashley Cullen, what your impression was, defended well in the World Cup.
Yeah, I thought it was a corner. Sorry, Mark, I was just looking at that.
But there were question marks about him going into the tournament, the defensive side of his game, and questions being asked of that aspect of his game by Liverpool here.
Yeah, I thought he did all right in the World Cup. I think the one thing, I think defensively, 1v1, he's a good defender. He's quick, and if he stays on his feet and doesn't go to ground, he should be a match for anyone. I think where he gets caught out occasionally is positional play, Martin. Well, we're not going to see Michael Owen ending to this game.
This is the end of his game.
And a substitution for Arsenal.
Vladimir Schmitzer.
Number 10, Dennis Bergkamp. He's number 28.
Off goes Dennis Bergkamp. Kolo Touré from the Ivory Coast is coming on. He's a player that you might just keep an eye on. He's got enormous power. Some of the Arsenal staff saying that just the muscle power, he's the strongest man in the squad. He's an attacking midfield player. He likes to run with the ball. If there's time for a break, his closing minutes, certainly has the capability to trouble Liverpool.
Yeah, he's just gone left side, and Wiltor's going to join his countryman up front.
Fairly easing Lauren out of the way. 4 minutes plus added time to go.
Yeah, I talked about maybe 10 minutes ago, Arsenal didn't look in control, but confident in winning 1-0, I'm not so sure, but I do think in those last 10 minutes Arsenal have regained an amount of control in the game, and Liverpool have looked less and less likely to find an equaliser.
They've got now Schmitzer on the right, and Murphy and Gerrard in the central midfield. Juve definitely up front with Barosh. Hard to come to terms with the pace of the game as a late arrival. Tigers up against Juve.
Happened a lot in the World Cup for the young lad, time and time again, offside.
Bruno Cheroux, another of Gerard Houlier's summer catches.
Is he a left-sider?
He is.
Yeah.
Left-sider can play up front. From Lille.
Substitution for Liverpool.
With probably to left back. As Traoré gives way. Only a couple of minutes to go.
Replacing number 30, Jimmy Traoré, is number 28, Bruno Cheroux.
Showed that turn of foot there, Kolo Touré. Thought he got a corner. So mixed news if Arsenal do win it. It's not a trophy that tends to lead to the championship in the subsequent season. But they haven't won it yet, because here's Juve. There's a good side of goal from the edge of the penalty area.
Yeah, a little ragged at the back, Arsenal here. They get caught aerially, they're just a little bit out of position. Sol Campbell didn't win the first header, and therefore they were struggling. Martin Keown, not the best striking week.
3-3-7.
Well, Liverpool in serious danger of losing their 100% Millennium Stadium record. Of course, one of those trophies There's one fire a penalty shootout, the League Cup, the Worthington Cup, season before last, here against Birmingham. They're still within range of that. Time is very much against the Merseyside club here. Ray Parlour for Arsenal. Wiltor. Sheru dispossessing Vieira. Babel. Sam Campbell wants us to run, and a bit of impeding. The ball's got to be within playing reach, of course. But down the years, defenders have always got away with that, and Sol Campbell did here. Herpier, and the 3 added minutes.
That's enough time for Liverpool.
At least 3 minutes overtime. 3 minutes.
Oh, Gerrard recovered. Certainly impeding by Toure and Marcus Babel, who was very prepared to carry the fight forward for his team, and now he's straight across to join those in the middle. Barosh, Diouf, Sheru. Not exactly Liverpool's first line of attack, but it could be good enough to get them into a penalty decider here. Risa, keeper. Was at the second attempt.
Well, he had to come. It was so much height in the ball from Risa. I would have been amazed if David Seaman hadn't come. Well, I was going to say collected it, but nearly collected it.
Parlour, Wiltor. Have to chase a second goal here, Arsenal.
Keep ball, I would suggest. A little session of keep ball. Make Liverpool chase it. Take it into areas they don't want to go, like that, and keep it in there. And another trophy looks to be heading Arsenal's way. Martin Keown announced there as the sponsors man of the match.
He's more concerned with how long to go. Ever the consummate professional.
Oh, I think you meant, who, me? No, I haven't won one of them for a while.
He was only a bit part player in the cup final, of course, against Chelsea. Came on as a very late substitute.
Jerry's given a free kick for impeding.
You're getting the hang of that word, aren't you?
No, definitely. Because it wasn't within playing range.
Man of the match awarded by Steve Bruce, who has a thing about centre-backs. I wonder why.
Do you know, typical, isn't it? You've got all this attacking talent on there. I know who Bruce will give it to.
Last roll of the dice for Liverpool. Sheru, David Seaman looking to dominate here. And he wasn't happy at all about how Marcus Babel came in. Well, we are dealing in seconds here. Alan Wiley's had a look at his watch. The double winners have done it again, and a World Cup winner, a newcomer for Arsenal, has won the Community Shield for his new club, Gilberto. His goal, the decisive moment, and Liverpool, the invited guests, unable to spoil the party for Arsene Wenger, the party of the club that qualified for this occasion not once but twice. So I guess there's a certain suitability about the result in that respect. Gerard Houllier, for whom this has been a very good ground in the past, is a loser today. And despite the change in the name, we know what we're talking about with this fixture, the former Charity Shield. Arsenal have now matched Manchester United's record in this competition of 10 victories. And in passing, they've continued their unbeaten record this year against domestic opposition. Extraordinary. The dancing feet of Arsenal Football Club. New member in the chorus.
You know, it's difficult to know what to take from a Charity Shield, Community Shield match. Charity Shield as it was when two teams play like this, but I think it was a proper contest. I think there were two teams here who wanted to win the game. I think what we've seen is that the champions are ready. I think they're ready to defend their title. I think they've got a huge desire to win back-to-back championships. Something Manchester United have done in the Premiership, but Arsenal, their biggest rivals, haven't. Neither has Arsene Wenger.